welcome to Shenanimegans. I can't even say that name. It's been like 2 years and a quarter, and I still can't say the name of our show that I came up with. God damn.
That's hard to say, to be fair.
I guess. Welcome to Shenanimegans, Season 9, Episode 13. The finale.
Yeah. Yeah.
The season finale. I'm gonna be real with you right now. I did not read that final volume of Gunfight March.
Oh, can't believe you.
Yeah, I had better stuff to do, like reading Ruby fanfic, and I was actually gonna read it last night and watch the episode last night. After watching the new Young Justice episodes. But my buses got screwed up, so I got home an hour and a half later, so that hour and a half I was going to use for that was gone, so I'm just like, I guess I'm not doing it now. I'll watch the episode tomorrow and then just not read the manga, so I didn't. I do know...
Good job.
I do know some stuff that wasn't shown in the show, though, that I can talk about.
Ooh, okay.
So, we'll get to it.
Cool.
But yeah, so speaking of disasters this week, this very long week, I know you were on a road trip and got quite a bit of reading done, though, whether it was manga or not, may
kind of.
may not be. It's okay, anime adjacent, remember, anything is anime adjacent if you can frame in the right context.
Very
The
true.
Lies of Locke Lamore is anime adjacent because I want an anime adaptation of it. Give it to me.
Close. Yeah, close enough.
There we go. So yeah. Just frame it in any way that makes it anime, and we're good. So what kind of stuff were you up to this week?
Oh, I was up to all kinds of stuff. But yeah. In terms of the anime and anime-like stuff I was up to, like I said, I did do some reading. Because I finally finished the Nier Automata novelization, which is long story short, I think.
This is the
there's
second
two of them,
novel.
and I forget which is which.
I think the first one is long story short. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the second one's called at all.
The second one is short story long.
Right.
I can't remember which is which.
No, that's not.
Yeah, it ended up being pretty good. Like, most of it was just like recapping the game story and adding in some extra little bits, which was like not super interesting. Like, the extra bits were good, but the parts where it was just a straight up recap of the game was not great. Then at the end, it kind of does a better job of like getting into what the characters are thinking about as things are happening, and has like a much better portrayal of some of the characters' emotions than what the game communicated at certain times. So I ended up kind of liking it for that. Yeah, it convinced me to like, I'm probably going to pick up the second one and see what that's about. Because I have literally no idea what that one's going to be.
Is it going to be one of the other endings? Is it going to be a new ending? Who knows?
I don't know. It would be weird. I imagine it will just be the main stuff just from other perspectives or something. I don't know.
Possibly.
Because long story short, covered all 5 of the main endings.
Oh,
basically.
did it? Ooh, that's impressive, actually.
Yeah, that's why all of the fight scenes are just like, and then they kill the machines, and then immediately move on. It's like, oh, they killed dozens of machines in one sentence. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then I had started reading Kings of the Wild, which is anime adjacent. Close enough.
Yes, I've made it very clear that Nicholas Eames' writing is anime adjacent many times on this podcast. You are correct. You don't even have to justify that one. I've done it so many times in the past without doing it that you're okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually didn't end up reading a ton of that. I didn't read as much as I thought I would, because ended up getting busier than I thought it would be while I was gone, and so didn't get as much time to read as I thought and hoped.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie too. I don't find it nearly as fun as Bloody Rose. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's just very different. Like, if that makes sense. Like there are issues in it. And I'm really glad I read Bloody Rose first, because if I had just read Kings of the Wild, even though I liked it, I probably wouldn't have picked up the next one. Just because I would never get around to it, because I have so much other reading stuff. But because I picked up Bloody Rose first, and all those kind of issues in Kings of the Wild were fixed, the stuff that would have made me hesitant to continue, I have no problems about it. And it's really cool that you can see just how much he improved in writing and stuff in like a year, because they came out like a year apart. So that's cool.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, I'm only like 40 or 50 pages in, but I'm totally seeing a couple like small issues. And if they kind of persist, I'd be like, oh yeah, this would be like, I probably wouldn't have picked up Bloody Rose if I'd read this one first.
Yeah, wait.
Same thing as you.
There's some like, it's very fandom-y in that there's a bunch of references that just are kind of jarring and pull you out of the experience. That was one of the biggest things for me that really bothered me with it. Larkspur is great though. You'll enjoy Larkspur, I think.
Yeah. All right. I can't wait. You will see. Yeah. That was kind of all the reading I did this week, I think. I know it's been a long week. Yeah, that was it.
Out of curiosity, did you pick up those other books I mentioned though?
No, unfortunately I didn't. I wasn't able to get to a bookstore.
That's okay.
'Cause, stuff came up.
I really think you would like magical Formula 1 racing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be buying some books soon anyway, so I'll look into getting one or two of those.
I'm trying to fill more people on Alex White books. I still have to read the second, but I want to reread the first one because I read it during my Christmas break in like one day. So I'm like, I'm forgetting some of the details. I want to reread this first. But I have so many other books. It's hard to justify a reread, but it's so good. There needs to be fanfic of that series. There's none yet. I have to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, that was all the reading I did. I did manage to watch a little bit of stuff this week as well.
Alright.
I finished watching Flying Witch. I don't remember if I mentioned it last week, but I have it in my notes for this week, so I finished watching it, I guess.
You mentioned it last week, but I don't think you said you finished it.
Oh, you know what it was? I watched the specials, the Flying Witch Petite.
Oh, I actually still haven't seen those, even though I have the Blu-ray box set from Sentai, which has them. I need to get around to that.
Yeah, they're okay. They're cute little things. I don't know. There's kind of not. I don't have much to say about Flying Witch at this point. I think
it's comfy.
It was a nice show.
Comf up.
Yeah, I'm like trying to remember what happens in the last couple episodes, and I just don't remember at all. But I remember it being comfy.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I see the scene, I'll be like, this scene, but it's like I don't remember which scenes were in which episode, which is a thing I feel a lot with Slice of Life. Like Tanaka-kun is always listless. I feel the same thing. It's like, that was a great scene. What fucking episode was it in again? Oh god.
Yeah, it just kind of all blurs together. So then one thing I did was I rewatched all of Review Starlight because I was in a hotel and was not feeling well and just wanted to binge an anime.
You've watched it twice and I still haven't started. I'm such a shameful. Oh,
you need to watch it. It's so good. I love it.
The most I've interacted with Review Starlight outside of you telling me to watch it is playing against someone who has it in Weiss Schwarz. Because that's out in Weiss Schwarz now.
Oh, they have good taste, whoever they are. But yeah, this show, it's so good. And it's something that there's some benefit to watching it a second time. Because there's some stuff early on that is, like, not really hinting at the ending, but, like, going back and seeing it again after knowing what happens later is like, oh, I have some extra context that makes this have some deeper meaning to it. It's very good. Oh, I love that show a whole lot. It's easily one of my favorite shows ever. Yeah, you need to watch that. It's very good. Yeah. And also, I watched the dub this time, and the dub is pretty good.
I definitely do need to watch it.
Yeah. The one weird thing with the dub, well, it's not that weird. I understand why they did it, but there are insert songs that are sung by the actual characters, and they just like didn't translate those, so it's all in Japanese still. Like, I totally get why you wouldn't do that, but it is weird to hear the character going back and forth between singing and talking and having two different voices for it. It's kind of jarring.
Yeah, I think they had something similar with K-On!, but they actually did a really good job of matching the English to Japanese voices in the K-On! Dub. Like, it's surprisingly good. I've watched both multiple times, and they both are very, very similar, kind of.
Yeah. Good. They did like an okay job with some of the main characters in Review Starlight for that, but there's one of the side characters in particular. I think they did a pretty poor job of it, and her voice like doesn't fit the character at all. I think. Yeah, most of it's fine. Like, I'm still kind of a bad judge of dub quality, but I think this one was a good one.
I think that's like the biggest thing with dubs versus subs is so many times the dub just doesn't sound anything like the sub, and I can't usually figure out why. Like DRR is a good example. There's Karuta, who has like a deeper voice and it's like kind of commanding, but then in the dub he has a much higher voice, and I'm just like, why? Like it.
Yeah.
Could you just not find anyone with a deeper voice to act? Like I've never really gotten it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
that's
the tone of voice and they're written, and the way they speak is written around them having a specific tone and like volume of voice, and if you change that, it fundamentally does change the character and how it comes across, and I don't know why they do that. Like,
yeah. That is one of the things I always wonder about with dubs is like, is the pool of people doing English dubbing just that much smaller to where it can be difficult to find certain roles? Or like, I don't know. It's weird.
I at least know for like simul dub stuff like Funimation, it makes sense kind of, because you know they're putting out within like 2 hours. Like they put out really fast after. They probably don't have time before the original first episode comes out before they have to be done casting, so they probably get some input from the Japanese directors, but I would definitely see there some large variation of voices. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. But yeah, Review Starlight, it's good. You should watch it. It's extremely gay, by the way.
I really need to watch anime.
Yeah.
I watch so few. I feel bad about it.
You just need to watch this one anime, honestly.
2 years ago, I did nothing but watch anime. And I was like, I really want to do an anime podcast. Let's go. God, it's so weird to think about. When we started this podcast, Blam hadn't even come out yet, and now it's 2 years later, and we've watched it for the show. I remember wanting to watch it when it came out, but we never got around to it.
Oh yeah.
Finally did 2 years later. We were still doing episodes Sunday mornings back then. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh. And then I started working Saturday and Sunday mornings, and then I got a new job and started working weekdays only after we moved to Monday mornings or something, and then I had to move to Monday nights.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, we changed to Sunday nights, I think, but then it was like, oh, but now I work Monday to Friday, and I really need to like sleep early on Sundays to fix my sleep schedule and shit. What a mess. I'm sorry. I keep doing this to us.
That's fine.
It's okay. You can arbitrarily change our start date at least once.
Yeah.
It's not like we actually ever go live on the right day.
True.
It's always a Tuesday or Wednesday at this point.
Yeah. It's always just whenever.
Yeah. Once a week. Sometime. And once a season we skip a week.
Yeah.
I don't think we did this season though.
I don't think we did, because we got 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So I think that means we got them all.
I think this might be the first time out of 9 seasons.
There have been other seasons with 13 episodes, so maybe not, but I don't know.
Might depend if we had like 2 13 episode seasons for one start an episode late, and then who knows.
I don't know. But yeah, there was one last thing I watched this week.
Oh yeah.
It's, well, yeah, it's this older show. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh right, that's out now. Wait, I thought we were gonna do that for the podcast.
Were we? I don't know.
We kept
had talked
talking about it. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
I was gonna.
we were.
I was half
The,
expecting you to come out today and be like, "So that's my show for next season. Let's go."
oh, ah.
Uh,
So
oh
yeah,
well.
because yeah, we had. I mean, we could still do it if you want. I've only watched the first like 7 episodes,
Oh, there's 26.
but like, yeah,
No, I'm fine.
that's the thing. Also, yeah, I kind of don't want to do it for the podcast, honestly.
I think it'd be fun to shit talk, but
I don't know. That show's just it's a lot.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah, the reason I started watching it, I was actually not gonna watch it because I kind of didn't want to, but because I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, and I didn't feel very compelled to watch it. I just felt like I was supposed to watch it because everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations. So I was like, I don't know about this. But then the gaming website I follow, Waypoint, they started doing a rewatch podcast, and so I'm gonna watch along with them.
Oh, you're gonna watch it with another podcast, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Traitor. No,
I'm
that's
cheating
fine.
on this podcast. Yeah.
I've been cheating on us with Young Justice, which is totally anime.
Oh,
We'll
it's
get
very
to it.
anime. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you mean about feeling like you're supposed to watch Evangelion. I
Yeah.
have so many friends who have been so obsessed with it, and it's always one of those things where it's like, I love the story behind it. I love the way Hideaki Anno hated his fans and tried to fuck them over constantly. And like historically, it's really interesting, and I'm really interested in the historical stuff around it. But I just don't give a shit about watching the show itself. Like, I know it's not my type of show. I don't
Yeah.
particularly enjoy Grimdark series that much. Sometimes I do, but like Grimdark Mecha about a whiny boy,
Yeah.
it's like a parody. Well, not a parody, but it's like a deconstruction of the mecha genre. That's cool. There's been a lot of that since, so it's not like it's going to be entirely new ideas for me like it was at the time of it coming out. And that's the issue.
Yeah.
This is fundamentally a show that is 24 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
Not 24 years old.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
24 years old.
24.
Jesus Christ.
I'm 95.
As old as I. Oh.
Oh, congrats, you're old.
No, I'm still older
Congrats.
than it, but
Oh. Yeah.
That's a
So, yeah. I don't have much in way of thoughts on the show yet. I just think like, oh, the like style is nice and it's really well done. It's got a lot of cool shots, very cinematic. It looks nice.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't have much on it past that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people really hate Shinji, the main dude, and he just seems depressed so far. I don't know.
He's just
Maybe
a
things change.
poor depressed boy. No, end of the series, there's gonna be some fucked up shit with Shinji. Don't
That's
worry.
what I've heard.
Yeah. Oh god, Evangelion. Why?
So yeah.
It's cool that people can legally watch it again. Like, this is a cornerstone that redefined the anime industry
Yeah.
and a lot of anime in general. So I mean, it's really cool. It's really super cool in a historical context. But I got other stuff to watch and read that I know I'll enjoy more, so why bother, for me personally?
Yeah.
Unless if we did it for the podcast, but we're not, so I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Totally
I will
understand that.
with someone else if someone wants to binge it or something. But
Yeah. So, yeah.
You got anything else?
Get ready for. Nope. That was it. I think. Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
So yeah, what about you? What you been up to this week?
Well, speaking of old shit that doesn't matter anymore,
Yeah.
someone I know was doing a little mini host watch party thing for some of the old JoJo's adaptations. I don't even fucking know what one it was. It was dubbed. It was bad. It like skipped large portions. There was a monkey. I don't know. JoJo's is fucking weird, and old JoJo's that's adapted poorly is even weirder because they cut so much out it makes even less sense. What a show!
Wow.
But it doesn't matter anymore because there's new adaptations that are better. Hearing an English dub, some guys start going like "muda muda muda muda," like trying to say that fast. It doesn't work very well. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
I can imagine.
it was funny though because it got to the guy who like uses water in the desert and listens to the cane. I'm like, that's the dude from the American rip-off comic Diesel. Yeah. Have you seen that comic?
No, I have no idea what that is.
So there's a guy who tried to get into American comics, and he literally just ripped off JoJo's entirely because he expected no one else to realize. The first issue came out, people called in, and it's like, yeah, you just plagiarized all this, and the comic never went on. But so there's this first comic, it's all like, enemy stand attack, and it's like this guy who controls water and uses a cane to listen for vibrations, which is completely taken from fucking this desert dude, but they're in a forest instead. And it's painful to read. It's an awful rip-off comic, but
Wow.
it exists, and I finally have some context for it. Oh. But yeah, besides that, which I watched an episode of Hitori Bochi. So I actually watched anime this week. Not a lot, but I watched some Hitori Bochi and some JoJo's, and really, what else is there? Review Starlight and like everything
the
else.
two anime.
All the other anime, I'm like halfway through and haven't finished, like Princess Principal, which I literally own the Blu-ray deluxe box set for, and I haven't finished.
Oh, you should finish that. It's real good.
I need to watch stuff really bad. So this is anime adjacent. The Ruby After the Fall novel came out.
Oh.
I'm about halfway through it so far. It's okay.
Okay.
There's a few things that bother me a bit, but I still generally like it. Like, it's a perfectly okay book.
Okay.
Basically
really
reads like a Japanese light novel. Like, literally that's what it reads like. It's 300-page young adult novel, so.
I'm really curious about that because it's focused on Team Coffee, right?
Yeah, best team.
And it's like it's what they do after the Fall of Beacon, leading up to like the current arc, I guess.
Yeah, and there's also stuff from their first year at Beacon as well.
Okay.
So it kind of mixes their backstory in more, because people have loved this team forever and wanted more context on them. And this not only ties them in, it ties in a few other characters and teams into what they've done through like side stuff. And it puts them in a position where they'll naturally then be probably not this next season, but maybe the season after next season, where they'll meet up with them again or something. Because if you caught up on Ruby, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to Atlas to find that piece because Haven's Eye fucked up. Beacon's gone. So after Atlas, Team Coffee goes to Shade. This is like in the synopsis. People know it. It's not really a spoiler. But so they go to Shade Academy, which is going to be the last academy. So clearly they'll probably meet up there when they try to steal that relic or whatever, right? So
that was kind of what I was curious about, because I was wondering if this was going to be them like kind of being able to like work them back into the show pretty easily, of like, here's the thing they were doing, we don't have to actually show it, you can just read the book instead.
Yeah, it's definitely
or
like
if it was
a side story of what they've been doing, and then it'll lead up to being able to roll them back in.
I was just concerned that it might have ended up being like them just like trying to please the fans. It'd be like, here's this thing about the characters you like, sorry we're not putting them in the show anymore.
It's definitely a bit of that too, but it does sound like they'll put them in the show. We finally get some information about their semblances, which is cool.
Well, cool.
They are not what anyone expected for a few of them. Oh boy. Some people guess like perfectly, and some it's like, oh no, okay.
Interesting.
And then there's one line that really ticked me off though. Fandom, for the longest time, his eyes gone. Coco is like also from Atlas. She's also rich from Atlas, right? There's one line where it's like she grew Vale, her home all her life, aka she's never lived in Atlas once. Fuck you, because you can say like Vale was her home and not make the comment about it being like her home for all of her life, and you can go she's from Vale, moved to Atlas, or like one of her parents married into someone else, you can still pull it into like the fanfic to still have at Lizzie and Coco. But the way they've done it is just no, canonically she is not from Atlas no matter what. Stop saying it. It's like that felt kind of like a slap a bit.
Yeah, that does seem weird.
But I get it. They're saying this is the character we wrote. We want to make sure you know what's canon. But it's like you could have left it more open ended, especially when you know how much the fandom like really cares about this character and has collectively decided they're from Atlas because they're bougie fuck. But Coco's written generally really well. She's gay as fuck too, which
nice.
I don't think that's a spoiler. They did announce one of the characters would be considered canonically, or it would like bring them out as canonically gay in the series. And it's like, well, Fox everyone knew was blind already. Velvet is a Faunus, so it's either Yatsu or Coco. One of them is going to be the token gay, so we have team token representation. The side story again. That's why it's like, yeah, this feels a bit tokenistic. But clearly it's gonna be Coco because holy shit, Coco gives off so many gay vibes. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Yatsu is gay too. But it's like, you just. You've seen Coco. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no way that she's not some massive lesbian.
True. Very true.
Which is another thing fandoms agreed on forever, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, everyone in RWBY is gay, so.
That is true. Everyone is gay. Or bi, or non-binary, or trans.
Yeah, everyone is queer.
Yes. Everyone is queer. Fuck the writers. I'll fight them myself. Oh, except for Adam. Adam's like the token straight boy. Adam.
Oh, right, that guy.
Yeah.
I always forget that he exists.
Well, he doesn't anymore. Nice. John is also the token straight boy, but he's at least a little less worried about how people perceive him as gender. He's like the not toxic masculinity. I mean, he's a little toxic masculinity, but he gets away from it near the end. And then the only girl he likes dies, so he doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Yeah.
I guess you have Nora and Ren too, but come on, Ren is like agender as all fuck. Non-binary, genderqueer. Let's go.
When you said Adam, I thought of Jean, because I had forgotten who both of them were because they're so unimportant.
God.
That's how much I care about either of them.
Adam's the fuck bull.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
John.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyways, that's our RWBY talk. Volume 6 just came out on Blu-ray. I have to pick my copy up still. And the soundtrack just came out. And they did an acoustic version of Armed and Ready, which during the hiatus, at the very beginning, there's all those Yoris memes and Beehaw with like the cowboy yang, so everyone's like back on that train again. They're like, it's the acoustic Armed and Ready, Beehaw. It's like there's so many cowboy yangs back again. It's nice. Fantastic. Good art. But yeah, so I read half of that so far, and then I read the first Gun Gale light novel.
Nice.
Which is still good, and I like it. And I need to read my others, because I have volume 2 and 3. And I think 4 just came out, so I'll have to get that. I really, really like Pito and Len. I'm trash. It's been a year since I wrote my first fanfic for it, and I watched it. I still love it. People still won't fucking make content for it. God damn.
Oh. R.I.P.
Give me the good Gun Gale content, please. But yeah, Gun Gale's good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Besides, I have another bunch of light novels and manga to read that I haven't gotten to yet. I have way too much stuff to read. Oh my god, you don't understand how much I have to read.
Yeah, I have an idea. Seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's a bit too much. There was a manga I started reading too, which I'm blanking on the name. I can pull it up in a second. I can't put it on now yet.
Oh no.
It's one of those pulled into the video game world, but it's also super predictable and not that great.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, I know. Last boss got Reta or whatever. Uh,
Okay.
A wild last boss appeared.
Ah.
So I started reading this because there's a robot girl who's like a doll maid and she's cute.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course. You are very you.
Yeah. I'm a living parody of myself at this point, but yeah, it's pulled into their video game.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes his character, which is female angel character, which is cool, but they don't actually go into the whole at all. Like, oh, I guess gender stuff, they just never really touch on it that much. They throw in the term trap, and I'm like, yeah, but the robot girl's cute. I live here for the robot girl. But yeah, it's completely I've just sometimes had a bit of free time and read some. That's about it. It's perfectly
Yeah.
yeah, and that's about it. I read like 12 chapters of that. I should actually add that to the list. I started reading that yesterday. Just on my phone. While I had some time. Oh yeah, and then the last thing, anime adjacent. Yesterday, which again was the reason I didn't read the Gunbird March volume, 3 new episodes of Young Justice Season 3 came out, and they were fantastic.
Nice.
They made it canon that one of the characters is non-binary, which is awesome.
It is.
They're still making me anxious as fuck about Judas Contract, and I still don't believe that is Terra, but if that is Terra, them eating a breakfast burrito for the first time was weirdly precious and soft, and I'm protect my child, please. There's a moment of Forager, the bug, helping out for Thanksgiving, and he has one of those cans, and he dumps out, and it's like the canned jelly that's just still in a round orb, like it's in the can shape still on the plate, and he just looks so happy. It's so precious.
Oh, it's adorable.
Dumb. And then there's some awkward family drama, and a lot of other stuff happened. Oh boy, there are so many fucking DC storylines going on in that show right now. They threw in so many more, and yet it still works, and they all work. Oh yeah, also Guy Gardner shows up, and he's very Guy Gardner. Which, for anyone who doesn't know who Guy Gardner is, he is an Irish or Scottish Green Lantern who is basically an asshole. Like, they're flying in their spaceship through space, Superman, Hawkwoman, and Wonder Woman. Hawkgirl and Wonder Woman. And he's like flying outside in front of them because he's the Green Lantern. He doesn't have to be in the ship. And he's like singing about how they get to stare at his ass. Like, you can stare at my ass or whatever. And it's like, he's such an asshole. It's like the most Guy Gardner I've ever seen. I was like, damn. They got him on point in the worst way possible. So.
Oh no. They were too good at it.
I know, right? But no, it's pretty interesting. We got to see some of the B team from season 2 again, who weren't even in the B team. They were like kind of new meta people, and they're kind of hanging out and being cool now. Virgil was in one of the episodes a bit, which is Static from like Static Shock. He's cool. I like him. I like that there's more content of him. I want them to give more Terra content, even if it's just to prove it's not Terra or whatever the heck they're doing with Judas Contract, which I've got so much anxiety about. And there was no more Harper Row, which made me sad. I really hope there's gonna be more of her. There's like 10 episodes left. Give me more Harper Row. And then I realized at the earlier today at work, right? So one of the episodes ends with Beast Boy going like, we need to like set we need role models for these young metas so they know like they can like make a difference. There's so much like Justice League UN bullshit going on right now. They're not gonna do anything. So him, Kid Flash, and Blue Beetle kind of, after saving the day at something with the help of others, they're like, okay, we'll take the publicity and we'll try to turn it into something to help like support like metahuman trafficking and stuff and like stop it and help new metahumans. And I realized only like the other day, because I kept going like, oh, they're building like a Teen Titans team. I'm like, wait a second. Kid Flash, well, not Bart Allen, but the original Wally West, but he's dead, was on the original Teen Titans team, and Wallace West is also on the Teen Titans team at one point. Blue Beetle has been on the Teen Titans team in the movies, and Beast Boy's been on like every Teen Titans team. So I'm like, oh shit, this is literally the forming of the Teen Titans. That's what they're gonna name these three people, and then Terra and Cyborg are gonna join, and then we're gonna have Raven show up later, and it's gonna fucking happen. I'm here for it. It's happening. I completely missed that it was happening, but it's there, and I'm so excited.
Nice.
I really like this show a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll get around to watching it someday.
I've got crazy theories. They have some like crazy like sci-fi tech thing they're making. And it's like, what the fuck is that for? I'm like, nyeh. This is how they pull Raven into it. That's gonna be a device to summon Trigon. Bet my ass on it. Probably wrong, but
you never know.
Young Justice is so good.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So that's it for this week then? Or is there anything else?
I'm trying to think. I think that's about it, probably. I can't think of anything else. Oh yeah, I watched Punchy Silent Hill 3 UFO ending run from SGDQ.
Right.
Boy, that's anime as fuck.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Whew. Good job, Punchy.
I forgot about SGDQ. That feels like it was 10 years ago. Honestly.
Yeah, it was like last week. Yeah. I didn't watch any of it. Work was awful, and I get home and just fall asleep. I'm like, I'm gonna watch so much in my free time. I watched like nothing. I have this curse where every time GDQ is on, I decide to throw on in the background. It's like the Banjo-Tooie or the Super Mario Sunshine run. I've seen them so many times. I just don't give a shit about them. I never played Banjo as a kid, so it means nothing to me. Sunshine I played once at a friend's house. Like, I didn't own either of them. So for me, it's like, I don't really care about these runs. But they're the two I always tune into, and it's always like the start, and it's like, oh, they're doing it for the next 3 hours. I'm like, I don't need to watch this then. Same with Spyro. It's like, those are the three games I somehow always turn it on to. I'm just like, how? It's like, oh, prime time, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just happens. No offense to the runners. I'm sure the runs are great, and for the people in the communities, it's probably great, but it's just, those games have no nostalgic weight to me, so it's like, I just don't care, sadly. I've never played them. I can't really appreciate the speedrun.
Yeah, same.
When are we gonna get a speedrunning anime?
Oh man, I hope we get it someday.
Man, imagine the licensing stuff for that. Like, if they license actual speedrun videos and like content from actual, you could do some stuff.
They'd probably just make fake people speedrunning a fake video game.
I don't know. There's been a bunch of shows. I am yawning.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of shows that have like licensed Street Fighter and done Street Fighter stuff, so it's possible. Street Fighter speedruns.
Yeah. So yeah, shall we do you want to hit our one news thing we've got this week?
I completely forgot we had the news, so I just kind of skipped it. Whoops.
Well, it's very small news.
Yeah.
It's just Mamoru Oshii unveiled Vladlove, a vampire girl meets girl comedy anime show.
Yeah, it's an original
Which,
too.
to me,
and it's like his first with him as the lead creative head, I believe, in like 20 years since like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because I think he's worked on other anime since, but I think this is like the big first real.
I definitely feel like I heard that at some point of like it's his first big thing in a while.
The anime Won't Have Any Handsome Men is a story solely focused on 5 young girls. Wanted to seriously tackle a story centering on a girl meets girl concept.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. So yeah. I don't know. There's kind of not much more to it than that. It's just, hey, it's a cool thing.
Yeah. Apparently he came up with the concept before filming for his Garden Wars live action film. Yeah, he said he mused that it had been over 30 years since he last did an anime series, Urusei Yatsura, which he did. Yeah, I think he's only done like movies since and no full series or anything. And nothing that he's like really headed himself, I think.
Yeah.
Because yeah, he did the first original video anime, Dallos, Urusei Yatsura 2, Angel's Egg, the Pat Labor stuff, Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, mostly movies and OVAs. He hasn't really done like a full show for apparently 30 years.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Also, I love the cast image here with them all just in black and red. Well,
I don't think that's the cast. I think it's
that?
they mentioned that there's the theme song is gonna be performed by performance unit Blue Dye, who will serve as the ambassador unit of the anime. And I think that's
I would assume they're probably doing the vocal too then, like the voices, because they mention it's about 5 young girls, and there are 5 girls there with the staff, so I'm assuming...
that makes sense.
I'm just gonna say, girl on the far side there, in the plaid.
Yeah.
That's high lesbian fashion. Actually, all of them are, like... But no, plaid is the gays thing. And this is a story about lesbian vampires. It's all black and red plaid. It's the perfect... That girl, she had the perfect outfit for this compared to everyone else. It's all black and red themed because of vampires, and then plaid because they're lesbians. It's genius.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna look forward to that. Spring 2020 premiere. 12 episodes.
That's so far away. No. That's a year away.
Yeah.
I want it now.
Oh, someday. We'll get it someday.
That's what they said about the Can Call Season 2.
Oh. Do you think that's ever going to happen?
No.
Probably not at this point,
I think, what's it called? Azerlan has done them in.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunate.
Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah. Shall we get into book club then?
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Let's what should we start with? Finish off Gun Parade, or should we do Blam?
I'm gonna finish off Gun Parade because there was not much to talk about this finale.
Yeah.
Last episode gave us such a high, and then this episode just...
Yeah. I think this was like... This episode had some moments in it.
Yeah, there's some moments of like nice animation and occasional moments of like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, it was... This episode, especially the first half, was really dragged out and felt like the filler the rest of the series was. That's like, come on.
Yeah.
God damn. Why is this show like this? This show did not know what I wanted to do. It started off being like a mecha combat show, then it went into, no, this is about the horrors of war. Then I went, no, this is a teen romance angst show that's just gonna go for like 6 episodes with nothing happening. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, it just...
Yeah.
It need to be longer so I could have time to explore all those things, but then it was...
I think they needed to just pick one of the things and focus on it and fuck the rest.
That would have worked too.
Yeah. Also, Miss Mabuya deserved better.
Hey, she got flowers.
Yeah, she got
flowers
from the asshole who went and picked up a girl like immediately after. Like, that's the thing. He's like, telling what's his name to stop bullying him about liking Shibamura, which, God, the way he bothered Hayami about it in the dub is so bad. He's just like, Shiba, 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 Mura, my Shiba. And, like, he just starts, like, singing parts of her name, and it's really dumb. And he's like, don't bug him about that or whatever. And it's like, you feel like he's starting to get into, like, the more you have to take girls, like, in romance seriously. And then he's just like,
Yeah.
but maybe she'll come crawling back if you have half of her, like, and then he just, like, goes off, drops some flowers at her grave, and then goes and picks up chicks. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That storyline's
Sadaguchi
so
he just proves one last time that he is a garbage person.
dumb. Yep.
God.
There's the moment where the old lady calls Hayami over, and I was like,
Yeah.
the whole time, like, when he's coming over, it's like, come over here, kid. I need to tell you something. Over here. I'm Florence Nightingale. And then slit his throat. I'm like, I'm waiting for it.
Oh,
Come on.
God. I actually kind of like that moment of when she called him over and then gave him the second drink because she saw Mai was waiting for him. I thought
Yeah.
that was a cute little moment.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
did like
cute.
that.
The old lady was one of the better characters
Yeah.
in the series.
Yeah. Mhm.
I did also like when he's finally, like, asking her out, but he's, like, has the box with the earrings, so it looks like he's proposing to her, and everyone happens to see on TV, like, wait a fucking
God.
second. I also really like that they're all on their holidays doing their own stuff, except, like,
Mhm.
the three maintenance crew girls, who are definitely in a polyamorous lesbian relationship, are all,
Oh,
like, at a ski
absolutely.
chalet together, and are, like,
Yeah.
they're definitely all
Totally.
together on a
Absolutely.
date retreat. 100%. Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
100%.
100,000%.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't remember this episode very well because I watched it like 3 days
Half
ago.
of it did. Half of it wasn't irrelevant. Half of it was nothing. Literally, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're the only two staying behind because we don't have family. Oh no, the lights went out. I'm gonna take you a candle, and the lights go on. It's
Oh,
like
God, that part,
God's intervention or whatever is dumb.
Yeah.
The one guy who kept showing up and trying to hit on the girl who's like, leave me the fuck alone, and is like really uncomfortable, like every time Mai and
Oh,
Hayami
God.
are nearby. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Mm.
That guy, it was kind of funny because it's a callback to the other episode, but then it happened like 3 times throughout the episode. It's just like, Jesus Christ, this guy's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
She like gets on a bus and drives away, and then he finds her later. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Like, God. It was weird.
Uncomfortable, I tell you what.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh. Overall, this was not a great show.
No, I gave it a 4 out of
Yeah.
10.
I think it was a nicer too. I give like a 5 or a 6.
I really
It
liked
was like
episode 11. I didn't give
Yeah.
a shit about anything else. Although Mibuya dying was the funniest shit because it was so
God.
poorly done. It was just,
yeah,
holy fuck, they did that.
man. And like it's really wild now that I think about it. After like Miss Puya died, then it's like they just basically never get back in the mechs for any extended amount of time. They do like one mission after that.
Which is
And
the one
everything
where
else is
he
like-
ends up alone with Shibamura,
Yeah,
and that's where they start
that's
the
right.
angst cuddling shit.
Yeah. God.
Damn.
For a mech show, it didn't have much mech.
For a horror of
Yeah.
war show, it sure didn't focus on many horrors of war. They just kind of brushed off that Mibuya was dead.
Yeah. So yeah. You have any closing thoughts on Gun Parade March?
So I did have a few things I found out about it. I
Oh?
don't remember them mentioning it. I know they kind of hint at it, but so they mention what's her name, the kid who's like a kid, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the little
How
girl.
there's like each team has the kid who makes the bomb.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's actually the Shibamura company. They
Mhm.
actually inject kids with something to make them be able to make the bomb and to keep them children forever.
Mm.
So the reason for half the season her always being really awkward around her is because she feels guilty about it.
Oh,
But they never
wow.
really fully delve into that into the show. It kept feeling like they were about to, but then they never went the full way. And it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was apparently a thing,
Yeah.
which is,
Now
again,
you
more on
mention
the
it, there
Horrors
was
of War side.
yeah. Now that you mentioned it, did seem like Mai had kind of like an attachment to that girl in the way that the others didn't. Like she always kind of wanted to be taken care of her. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense. She would be like that.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I found out that wasn't clear in the show. Not
Yeah.
sure if it's clear in the manga either. I just happened to come across that by accident.
Oh.
I like literally was not even looking for it, and I just
Hmm.
came across the thing about Gun Parade March. There's a spoiler. And I was like, oh, huh. Found that out on like episode 4. I'm like, shit. I've been spoiled for a show I never expected to see spoilers for. What do I do? So I've just been pretending not to know that this whole time because
Nice.
seriously, who would have thought I would have ran into Gun Parade spoilers?
Oh, that's wild.
Just
Yeah,
randomly
it's a
on
strange
Tumblr.
place.
Yeah.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah. Any other extra bits you had found out, or?
Not really. That was the big one.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad they didn't just kill them all off at the end, but
Yeah, that
I-
was nice.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, we were prepared for that. We're kind of expecting it to happen, and then they didn't even get in the mechs.
Yeah, which I don't know. I kind of wish they had died at the end now,
Yeah.
but I also am glad they didn't.
Yeah. Mm.
I don't know.
So yeah,
It was a show that existed.
yeah, it's the thing that exists.
Why watch this when you could play the game? Except if you can't play the game, then still don't watch this.
Yeah.
Maybe read the manga. I don't know. I still have to read it. The manga's only 3 volumes. It will be a far less waste of your time.
True. Assuming you can find it.
I'm sure it's
I
on
can't imagine it's
scan
very
sites.
easy to come by. Probably somewhere.
Finding it legally might be a bit more difficult,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
that just be how it be.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall we move on to Blam then?
Sure. Blam. Which
Blam. This was interesting.
still can't take that it's called Blam. Okay, so I want to hear your
Yeah.
opinions first because I've read the manga. What did you think of it
Hmm.
overall?
Overall, I thought it was okay. It was like, I like loved the style of it. That's just the dude whose name I don't remember. His whole style. Of
Tsutomu Nihei-
sci-fi.
yeah,
Yeah, him.
Aesthetically,
Big
it's
fan of-
gorgeous.
Aesthetically great.
Uh,
yeah,
it's one bad
the
part of
story-
animation. The food when it's dropped in the water was really bad.
I don't remember, but I'll believe you. I'll take
Okay.
your word for it. But yeah, overall, the story was like, I don't know. I kind of like that it didn't end with them like fixing the world. I think that would be a little too large scope or like large scale for what this movie was. But also, I had this moment halfway through, like, oh, they're about to do the thing, and then I realized it's only halfway through. Weird. What else could happen? And then it just got weird. I don't know. But yeah, this was a lot more style over substance for this for me. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
definitely enjoyable.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's okay. I gave her a 7 out of 10. Again, yeah, everything you said about aesthetic, completely on point. It's very aesthetically pleasing. That's a lot of the focus of it. Story-wise, I think it actually did a pretty good job of condensing the novels. So this follows the Electro Fishers, which I believe are around volume 3 and 4 of the omnibuses.
Oh.
Meeting Sibo is actually near
Mhm.
the end of volume 1.
Huh.
So they combined that into the Electro Fishers in a way that didn't feel completely out of context, and then the warehouse part, which is where the Electro Fishers end, they get separated at this warehouse that then starts
Mhm.
teleporting people around and messing with time and space, which is kind of where they didn't progress in the
Oh.
plot anymore, but then they skip to a farther part.
Mhm.
Yeah, they changed that up in a way because they kind of had to, I think, because they focused a
Yeah.
lot on the Electro Fisher characters and what it meant for them to meet these people, and that would just completely change. The Electro Fishers also, there's nothing, there was no thing that stopped safeguards. I think that was just made up this time, the like barrier.
Oh.
Though no safeguards can enter the warehouse that they end up in with the teleportation stuff, so it's kind of that. But there's a different kind of enemy, which I forget what they're called, but they're like, what the fuck do they call themselves? They're like some new life form that's like part cyborg, part human, but everyone is like that. It's like the contagion has warped people to a point where they're like part safeguard, part person almost. And they murder humans, but they also murder safeguards. Like they're all fighting. But they're like, we're the future of humanity or whatever. So they didn't want to start bringing them in, which I get. The whole thing with Sibo diving into the internet does happen at like the end of volume 5, except it's very different. So I really liked Tay and Zuru. They seem very gay, and I'm so sad that they did that to Tay. I was actually expecting that from the beginning, though. When she twisted her ankle and then you lose sight of her for a bit, then she's fine again and walking fine. I'm like, that's suspicious as fuck. But then you find out there's the other time where she's almost killed and saved again. Like, I'm still suspicious as fuck of you, but now I don't know when I should have started being suspicious. And it's like, oh no, the second time is when you should be suspicious by being suspicious the whole time instead.
Wow.
So there's a plot line like this with Santa, but I think that's like volume 3. It's slightly before the Electro Fishers, but then Santa shows up again and attacks the Electro Fishers as well. It's really weird. Yeah, they do the whole pretending to be someone, a non-human person, and attack a settlement, and I don't think it was the Electro Fishers at the time. Maybe it was. It might have been, but like they were pretending to be a kid that like Sibo and Killy were looking after.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Killy was a lot less. He's very antisocial in the manga. He's even more so in this. He's just weird.
Yeah.
There's a bit of context to why he's like that, though. Sibo, I felt they did a little weird too. She was really distant and off, which isn't really what she's like in the manga. She's actually very much like the voice of reason and morality a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Which he meets her right away, and she's like that partner. Sibo's whole storyline is real fucked, though. I kind of don't like that she ended up not going with them and just stays as a hand with the other people, which then we never see what happens to her after, when it's like, oh yeah, my grandmother, but then you never see her hand again. And you don't see her with Killy in the end, because she ends up going with him until she eventually sort of dies. So in the manga, Sana comes, they have this whole fight. Sibo gets killed, but steals Sana's body to use, until later Sana tries to steal it back, and I think she gets another body instead. But it causes this weird shift in Sana, where Sana starts becoming more human as an AI and starts getting more detached from like the safeguard protocols, which it kind of hints where they're like the stolen safeguard body to Killy, right? So in the manga, Killy is actually like a safeguard, but he's a safeguard that's on a level so far above the others, he's not actually controlled by the net or by their protocols. So he's like hit the point of sentient AI that doesn't conform to any sort of control from anyone. He's basically like a new life form, but he still kind of works for the authority, and he wants to, and for the city, and what he thinks is best is finding a human with the net terminal gene to fix things. Like, he's still a good guy. After sort of merging with Sibo for a bit and then getting free and then being killed, Sana as a safeguard can keep being reborn, but that starts pushing in motion Sana becoming more sentient and getting to a point where it's like Sana kind of becomes what Killy does at the end, and like sacrifices their status as a safeguard to gain full sentience, but if they die they can't be brought back then. And this is at a point after Sibo does the dive thing into the internet. She's trying to beat the artificial life, or whatever the fuck they call themselves. The artificial life is killed, but then Sibo's body is destroyed, well in the thing, and I think Sana's also hooked in at this point, still at Safeguard, and Sibo has like a vial that has like the human net gene terminal she's trying to use so she can connect. And it makes this weird fucked up thing where they all get combined into one body, and Sibo becomes a level 5 Safeguard that's basically this mass destructive Safeguard, but is also pregnant. So Sana and Sibo have like a lesbian child.
Huh.
It's a thing. And then
Weird.
that's when Sana, being reborn, decides to go sentient to protect Sibo in this new form, because the child is going to be the first child with the human net gene again. Yeah, it's very different, and it's complete bullshit. And then they all die, and it's just ends with Killy like protecting the child and carrying the child around, having not actually gone and fixed it. It's at a point where I'm like, I think he's just trying to leave the city with the kid, and he's just said fuck this city or something. Like,
Wow.
I guess, I don't know. The ending's kind of very vague, which I like that they kept the movie ending vague for the same reason.
Yeah.
And it is very similar how the Fishers get sent away, because they kind of like go off on a different thing into the warehouse and then get teleported away and stuff. That warehouse part and the lightning fishers part are my two favorite parts of the series, so I'm really glad they did the lightning fishers, electro fishers. They're really cool. Their aesthetics cool, their weapons are cool, firing like the harpoons to people. I wish they did a bit more unique designs for the safeguards. They did a lot of really basic ones, but I get, you just make the one model. It's really cheap. And they did at least have Sana in there, but in the actual manga, most of them look... There's some that look like that, but there's a lot that look different too, and there's a lot more that are kind of humanoid-ish and have guns and stuff.
Cool.
Tay deserve better.
Yeah.
Zuru and Tay deserve so much better.
Yeah, they did. Oh.
I felt so bad. I was really confused about that though, because they're like, she was part of the team that was carrying the stuff and was supposed to go on ahead, but then the other people are running and they come around a corner and the others cut them off, like they've caught up to them. It's like, why did you take the wrong way? Like,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of you got killed for doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole sequence was just confusing. It was like they just split up for no reason and getting lost.
Well, the others were like, we're going to hold them off, you guys go ahead. And then Sibo comes up and it's like, oh, I have this thing to hold them off so you can catch up to the others and get ahead. But then they catch up and it's like half the others are dead already. It's like, what? How did that happen? How did you fall behind going the wrong way and then get killed?
Yeah.
Damn.
If they had like thrown in a line of like, oh, this place is so confusing, it's like a labyrinth, and that would have like really did a little bit, but it's, it was just weird.
Yeah, and because it's not like directly from the manga, I'm like, I don't have an excuse. I can't explain this away like I could the other stuff. Yeah, I like the thing that they had like Sibo in 3 different bodies, but even though when Sibo's like a hand or like just like the skeletal electronics, they're still like, yeah, you're human, which I think is really interesting, because it's like, how human is anyone here? Like, these full robots are humans, right? And they're like, safeguards, humans, and they're like, yeah, we were actually descendants of the planters, and they talk about planters similarly to how they talk about builders, so were they once controlled by, the authority as well, because they act like they aren't actually human.
Yeah.
They don't consider themselves human, which is interesting. There's a lot of interesting concepts in it that are also in the manga to some degree, but I think reading the manga is a bit better. I don't know what was up with him drugging himself all the time when he shot the gun. I don't remember that. It might have been in there. I don't remember it, though.
Yeah. It seemed like it was just like a power boost for him.
Yeah, something like that, but didn't make a lot of sense to me. I love where it's like, he just sticks his arm back and is just holding it there. It's like, you want me to tape that? He's like, yeah, like, sure. It's just like, okay. Like, he's just holding his arm there, doesn't care.
It was weird, yeah. There was one thing in this that bothered me, and actually it bothered me about Evangelion as well, is that Netflix just doesn't seem to translate on-screen text very often.
It's fucking awful because there's so much text of what he's looking for. So what he's scanning for is he's scanning to see if they have the net terminal gene. and
Yeah.
it's saying like different types of genes, but we can't fucking see what, because yeah, Netflix subs are fucking god awful. They're trash. Let's be real
Yeah.
here. They have always been shit, and they will always be shit. They don't
Yeah.
want to make them better. They want to make them cheap.
Yeah. It's like there was one point in particular that stuck out to me was when I forget what it was exactly, but he like pointed his gun at something. He was getting ready to fire, but then didn't shoot, and he like moved and repositioned instead. And like that just doesn't make any sense because he looked at a thing and then some text popped up that's what made him move. And so it's like, wait, what was he doing? Like,
Yeah,
why did he do that? We
that
just
that
don't
was when
know.
when Sibo's thing showed up and made the wall, right?
I don't remember. This was
Like
days ago.
the barrier.
No.
I thought that's
I
the
don't
barrier.
remember.
They're like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
won't you shoot? And he's like aiming, and
Yeah,
then he
that's it.
stops.
That
Yeah,
was
because
it.
I think I think the scan's supposed to say like something about the barrier, so he's like, oh, I don't have to, or something.
Mhm.
I love Sibo's design though. When she does have the body
Yeah.
for the very short time,
I like-
tall,
I like
hot
when she
robot
walks-
lady. I'm gay.
I like when she walks through town and there's like just random people. She's like, "Oh, she's a big girl."
Yeah, it's like,
yes.
oh,
yes, girl big.
this looks heavy, and she just picks it up like, oh, she's strong. No, she's really cool. She has a lot of really cool designs because she constantly has to get new bodies. It's awful, but yeah,
Oh.
no, she's really cool in the manga, and I'm sad she dies at the end. But you know, she has some like cool bodies. Like when she steals Sana's body,
Mhm.
she can like fly and use like she can like morph part of her body and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, they don't really explain how she can do everything. She's basically just a hacker who hacks into everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I
got a
would've-
couple of.
I would have loved a
Yeah.
show of this, like just an episodic show, maybe like a 7-minute show of him just on different layers with Sibo,
Mhm.
kind of like the old Samurai Jack style when they showed like parts of
Oh,
those
yeah.
episodes like 7 minutes at a time or whatever.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be super
Just-
cool for this, I think.
And just explore this world some more.
Yeah. Just like 30 episodes or so, 7 minutes each, just really episodic of him going through the different layers and then kind of build into the plot and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the last notes I have here is just that I really like the evil robots being called safeguards.
Yeah.
Because, like, safeguard is just two words that are, like, good things. Safe and guard. And actually, they're evil now. Like, oh, that's so good. It's
Yeah.
really clever.
Yeah, they were originally safeguard, like meant to safeguard people, which they talk about, right? Like,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
they're like, you're illegal humans because you don't have this gene, which I think again is partly why him being above the base programming, Killy, and then when Sonic gets above, why they don't just kill humans is like, our orders aren't to kill these people. We just kind of made that up because they didn't fit it. We want a person to give us actual orders. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find one of the cool. Here's one of the really cool forms of Sibo from the manga. If it'll load larger, I'm like pulling some up.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of fan art of Sibo. Damn, I'm really surprised. I'm getting
Nice.
so much fan art, which is cool
Nice.
because Sibo's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is
Oh.
like, yeah, definitely not loading. That's Pinterest link. No wonder it's not loading.
Oh, yeah, Pinterest never works.
Yeah, is there another one?
Yeah. One of the other things I wanted to mention was that the music in this, like especially at the end, it really gave me like Old West movie vibes. Like just like having these showdowns, like it felt like cowboys walking into town kind of music. I don't know,
Yeah.
for the like final like combat sequences and stuff. I liked it, but it felt like a little out of place, but it was I think it was still good.
Okay, yeah, the one on the right is like Siba when she becomes like part safeguard, and that orb in her bottom end is like the child baby thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she just like mass destruction stuff. She's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I like Siba a lot. I like robot girls, so I'm trash.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking remember what the thing on the left is. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck was this again? I think that's, I actually think that's probably something from Knights of Sidonia, that, like, this is just a side-by-side comparison of.
It could be.
Because, yeah, that looks more bone-structured, which I think is more Knights of Sidonia aesthetic. Because his aesthetic changed throughout the stuff he worked on, which is actually pretty neat.
Yeah. I don't know, that was one of the things I noticed in this, was that, like, you can definitely see a lot of his fleshy text style that I've seen in both Knights of Sidonia and this. Because, like, the Electro Fisher suits have, like, rib cages on them and spines, which is just, like, this weird, cool thing.
And then people are like, oh, Killy's face is weird, right? Let me find you some official Killy art, because, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's just his face. Like, it was really accurate.
Killy in this, I was like, oh, is that just the dude from Knights of Sidonia after, like, a real rough time?
That's just his face. I think, oh, sorry. I think that's just his style. There's so many people like that. There's a Sana who gets really weird. Sana-kan, which I'm really surprised they translated it as Sana-kun, which is, like, you know, masculine, when their name is, like, officially, like, Sana-kan, like Sanakan. So, I mean, Netflix, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Sibo is cool as shit. Trying to see if I can find some of the other stuff. I think Zoro is actually named in the manga as one of the Electro Fishers, but
nice.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think Tai's original because they're based off a different plotline part. Oh, here's some of the whatchamacallit. What do they call themselves? These are the people who aren't safeguards or humans. They're like their own thing. Which they're like even more sort of edgy cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember their names? I guess that's fine. There's a lot of weird stuff in the manga.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I've got on Blam.
I kind of spoiled the manga, but I figured pointing out some of the nods to the actual manga makes some stuff make a lot more sense, like the safeguard thing, like Killy being a safeguard or whatever, theoretically. And like, you stole his body. It's like, technically he's just like above all of you. You are mere peasants to him. Yeah. Some of the other plot points and how they work, but I like Blam a lot. And it's definitely not something you need to read without knowing the plot. The plot's like nothing. It's all about the style, 100%. Which I know his later works have gone a lot more into more plot heavy, but Blam is very much style over substance, so it is the one you don't have to worry about spoiling. Because it doesn't matter, it still looks cool as shit. Just why you're there. But yeah. No, so, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally got to watch it.
Yeah, me too. It's a good time.
Yeah. I'll probably probably watch some other stuff soon. I think Knights of Sidonia is no longer on Netflix.
Yeah, I think
they were either taking it off at the end of June or end of July, so it's either there for another month or it's gone.
I think it was the end of June.
Yeah.
I think.
So, I'll probably come to High Dive soon though, so if it's not already, let me check. Because Sentai Filmworks has the Blu-ray releases, so
I'm not seeing it, but I might just not be seeing it. So
yeah, it looks like it's not yet. Let me see if it's still on Netflix.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, other big news. The Walking Dead comics ended today.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. How they like
they announced it yesterday.
Out.
Oh yeah, Knights of Sidonia is still up on Netflix for now. Only one season though, apparently.
Oh.
What? One season?
Really?
Is this season 1 or yeah, apparently they only have season 1 starting from episode 2. They don't even have episode 1.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like episode 2 to 12. What?
I wonder if they're like in the process of removing it or something.
Maybe. That's weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, so it'll probably be up soon. eventually,
Mm.
I guess. There'll be places to find it.
Yeah. People will be able to find that show.
Holy shit, apparently I have Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac, but it doesn't have any, image stuff for it, so I don't know, like, there's no episodes of it. Oh, coming July 19th, okay.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Interesting. Is this the original dub? Is this the
I think there's a new thing coming out, isn't there?
Maybe. Oh, I wonder if it's like the, that, like, animated YouTube show thing or something. That was out. Maybe they're putting that up.
I don't know. Anyway, I think that's about going to do it for us this week, probably.
Yes, that's it for this season.
Yeah. Yeah, for this season as well.
Ooh.
Next week we'll start season 10. We'll be starting number 6, and Kyoso Giga.
Yes.
Which episode?
The episode 0. So did you just cut out?
I did, because I accidentally pressed my mute button. Whoops.
Whoops. So yeah, we'll be doing the episode 0, which is the 2012 ONA, I believe. No, not the ONA. It's before the ONA. It's the original ONA, because there's two. There's one that's 25 minutes, and then there's 5 that are like 10 minutes each, which I think are just short versions of the TV. So we'll be watching the first ONA episode, and then we'll be watching the TV show. So that'll be cool. And
So
number 6 will just be episode 1.
Yep, it's much easier.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll start that next week. You can tune in on twitch.tv/Sasam to watch the podcast live, or you can go to shenanimegans.moe to our YouTube. And you can go shenanimegans.moe/Discord to join our Discord server.
I promise I will at least get the episodes uploaded, if not this weekend, then next, when I'm functioning as a human being again.
Yeah, that's fair, very fair. Yeah, and then you can see us functioning like normal humans on Twitter at lastly at Sasambots.
I didn't say anything about being a normal human.
Well, we might be. Maybe not.
You've known me for how many years now? Come on. You know I'm too much of a mess for that.
That's how you can tell I'm very tired right now. It's because I was calling you normal.
I know, I'm a trash human. It's okay.
Yeah, same. Big mood. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this week.
I guess that is normal human, though.
Probably.
We're getting philosophical about the worth of humanity right now while you're trying to end the show, and I'm just here like, no. Let me get in a comment about how humanity's trash real quick.
So yeah, we'll see you next week.
Watch Young Justice Season 3. No last thoughts?
No last thoughts.
Oh well.